Good morning. Today we are continuing on with that unit 1. We are working on Po5. I can compare and order decimals. So we're going to be thinking about what is the smallest amount to the greatest amount of those decimal values. So first thing we need to know is those comparing symbols. Oh, I don't know if this is going to write. My board is not wanting to write. Let's see if I can fix it. As you know, nothing's ever easy. Okay, now let's try it. Thank you for your patience as we get it all set. Okay, now let's try this again. So, in order to compare decimals, we need to know what the symbols mean. When we see that symbol like that, where it's pointing to the left, that means less than. So that means the number that comes first is less than the number that comes second. Here, when we see the symbol pointing the opposite way, the number that comes first is greater than the number that comes second. I like to think about it as the open side is like the mouth of the alligator gobbling up the bigger amount. The alligator wants to eat the bigger number. So it always opens up to the bigger number. So here the bigger number's to the right, so that left one is less than, but it's going to gobble the big number. Here it's gobbling to the left. And this symbol we know means equal to. So here's the method I like to use when comparing decimals, so I don't make those simple mistakes. Because it's really easy to look at some decimals and get confused as to which one's the bigger number and which one's the smaller. So I like to stack it. So I want to see you practicing stacking it, making sure you know the difference between the types of numbers. Did you guys stack with Mr. Robinson last year?
No.
Okay. So we're going to practice stacking. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. We take the number that's farthest to the left, so they all go out to that ones place. And we're going to write them one underneath another with that decimal lined up. This one's 1.9, keeping that decimal lined up, 1.234, 0.36, 0.25. So I have all of those numbers, 6 numbers. This time they're stacked on top of each other instead of in a big long list. Always, always, always keep that decimal on top of each other as you stack it. Now we're going to compare. So the first thing we're going to look at is the number, the digit that's farthest to the left. So that ones place, what is going to be greater? I see ones and zeros. What's greater, a 1 or a 0? Fernanda? A 1. So now I say, okay, I have 1, 2, 3 numbers that I need to decide which one is bigger. So now I go to my next column. I see, just looking at the ones, so in the next column I see a 1, a 9, and a 2. So I'm looking at what's going to be my greatest number. Okay, the 1, the 9, or the 2? Michael?
The 9.
The 9. So I know 1.9 is my biggest number, right? So as I'm working it over, if I have numbers that are the same, I look at my next column. Now usually, Mr. Schultz is going to want us to look at least to greatest. So we're going to want to find the smallest number. So let's go back. We know 1 is bigger than 0, so 0 is our smaller number. So now let's look at our 3 numbers that have the 0. Look at our second column. We see the 3, a 3, and a 2. What's the smallest number, Haley?
2.
The 2. There's only 1, 2 here, so I know my smallest number is 0.25. What's my next smallest number? Well, I had 2 3s here, so I'm going to go out to my next column. I have 2 6s. Okay, now I need to go to my next column. I have an 8 and a nothing. How do I compare 8 to nothing? Rhoda?
Add a 0.
I have to put a 0 in when there is nothing there. Now which one is smaller, 8 or 0? Matt?
0.
The 0. So I know my next smallest decimal is the one that had the 0. So I used this one and I've used this one. So my next one is the only one left with the 0. Now I'm going to compare my ones, the numbers that had ones in the ones place. So we've got 1, 1, and 1. So now I look at 1, 9, and 2. What's my next smallest number? Matt?
1.42.
Yeah, 1.14, because 1 is the smallest there. So I have 2 left, 1.9, 1.234. What should I make next? Michael?
0.
Which one?
There's a 0 there instead.
So what's my next number gonna be? 1 point what? Matt?
1.234.
234. And then my last one is going to be that 1.9. So when you stack it, you always start at the left side. Okay, and you compare your numbers. If the numbers are the same, you go to the next column to find the smallest number. If they're the same, you go to the next column. If you're missing a digit, you add in your zeros. After you put a number in the line, you cross it off so you know you've already used it. So let's look at our next set. What's our first thing we're gonna do? Matt?
On the left.
Yeah, we need to stack them and make sure that decimal stacks on top of the decimal. So we have 2.9, 2.38, 2.362, 2.73, 2.88. So now if I want to put them from least to greatest, what do I look at? Rhoda?
The 10. Because they all have 2 in them.
Yeah. The first row I look at is that very first row, that one spot, they all have 2s in it. So I have to go to my next column, and I'm going to look at my tenths. So which 2 do you think I have to compare next, Matt?
The 2.36.
And what am I comparing it with?
The 3 and the 7.
I'm actually comparing the 3 and the 3, right? Because the 3 is the smallest number. I see 9, 3, 3, 7, 8. So I'm going to compare the 2 that have the 3s in that 10th place. So they're both 3s, so that means I have to go over to my 100th place. Which one is the smaller number? Gigi? 2.38 or 2.362? 2 point what? So that 6 we know is smaller than the 8, right? So it's 2.362 is our smaller number, because 6 is smaller than the 8. What's going to be my next number I'm going to write? Can you figure it out, Zoe? If 2.36 was smaller than 2.38, what's going to come right after 2.
2.38.
Yeah, because that's the next one with the 3. So I'm going to put 2.38 next. Now I've got 3 more numbers I need to put in order. I'm looking at that tens place and I see a 9, a 7, and an 8. Which one am I going to put, Avery?
2.73.
2.73, because 7 is the next smallest number. What comes next, Alex? 2.88. And what is my biggest number? Fernanda? 2.9. Okay, looking at them as they're stacked, going one column at a time, makes it easier for us to see what our smallest numbers are and to put them in order. So if we look at our directions here, it says compare each decimal. And this time we're only using 2 numbers to compare. So we're going to say less than, greater than, or equal to. You can still stack them, but you just have 2 numbers to stack. So let's look at this first one. We have 0.223 and 0.793. Zeros are the same, so I go to my next column. I've got a 2 and a 7. Is that 2 smaller than the 7 or greater than the 7? Matt? Smaller. So I'm going to put my symbol as the less than symbol. Because that 2 is smaller, that's where the point goes. Remember, the point always goes to the smaller number. The bigger number has the open side. So looking over here, I have 67.4 to 63.22. 6's are the same. Of course you would notice that. 6's are the same, and then we have the 7 to the 3. So it's 67. They're smaller than 63. To answer the question, it was fun doing 67. But is it greater than or less than? Let me see hands. Greater than or less than? Maddie?
67.4.
Is what? Is that greater than or less than? Greater than. It's a bigger number, so I put that greater than symbol. Okay, let's look at our next one. No 6's or 7's in this one. Sure. All right, we have 2.54 and 2.5400. If we line them up, twos are the same, the 5's are the same, the 4's are the same. Oh, I have empty spaces. What do I put in my empty spaces, Presley? Zeros. Oh, what do we notice about this one, Haley? They're the same, so what symbol should I put? The equal sign. You are going to finish this section on your own. Let's look at our bottom section. This time we are ordering them. Instead of just saying less than or greater than or equal to, now we have multiple numbers. So we need to stack them. And then at the bottom we are putting them in order. Now some of my friends will say, oh, Miss Gambino, I can do it without stacking them. It's fine, I can just do it in my head. What do you think I'm going to say to you? Matt? I want you to practice stacking them, okay? It is a new method. We've got plenty of class time to work on this because this is a one-pager. Practice the stacking method. Make sure your decimals line up. I am doing this because I have taught this class for many years now. I know the mistakes that students typically make. I'm helping prevent you from making those mistakes. So when it comes time to take the test, we don't make the same mistakes. Jude?
Do we have to stack on all of them?
Yes. There are 4. We can handle stacking on the 4 of them. Okay? Any other questions? So you stack, and then you put them in order from least to greatest, the smallest to the biggest. Is that your question? All right, if you do have questions, if you want to check if you are doing it correctly, come up and see me. Remember, tomorrow is Thursday, Khan Academy is due. So when you finish today's lesson, cross it off in your assignment notebook so you know it's finished, and then double check that you have Khan done. Then pull out your math packet once you have Khan done and work on that math packet. This is a good day for work time. Use it wisely. It is not talking time. Use your time wisely. If you are watching at home, I hope you are well. I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.